So why am I wearing my Hufflepuff ears and Harry Potter t-shirt to do an Earth Day Disney pin tag and what Disney princess am I tag? When else are you gonna wear them, right? Hey there, Collectioneers. Welcome back to the Collectioneers Club channel. If it's your first time visiting, hi, welcome. So glad to see you for this one today. My name is Beth, and this is the Collectioneers Club channel where we do a lot of Disney content. And if you're a returning subscriber, hi, warm welcome back. So glad to see you again for this one. I'm gonna do another mashup. I know. Like I say, it's going to be my thing because I'm continuously late to all of these tags. So I'm just going to get on in here. I'm going to do the What Princess Am I tag intermixed with the Earth Day pin tag. And to start off with, I want to ask for your cooperation on this one. The What Princess Am I? My lovely friend Vicky over at Vixxen Lost in Disney tagged me on this. It was created by Terryn over at TwinkleBellTerryn, another friend of mine. I love them both. But you know, talking about myself makes me, you know, a little not my favorite thing. So I want to ask for a favor of you. I am going to link down in the description where you guys can go over to Oh My Disney and take the quiz that tells you what princess you are. And I want to kindly ask you to take that quiz. It's a very short one. And for the comments down below, I want you to share with me what princess they said you are, and if you think that it's a good match or not. I took it, and I don't really see myself as the princess that they identified me as, so I'll reveal that at the end of the video. But I'd love to hear what they came up with for you and if you think that it's a good match for you. Okay, so starting off with the Earth Day pin tag, I was tagged by the lovely Disney sisters, Abby and Hope, who I adore, really good friends of mine. So thank you, ladies, for tagging me. So this Earth Day pin tag was created by the channel Irresistible Magic NZ Cole. And of course, I will link them up above. The first question for the Earth Day pin tag reminds us that we are part of something bigger. So they wanted you to identify a pin that had a galactic theme or was part of a puzzle, something to kind of remind us that our planet is just a part of a much bigger picture. So for this pin, I selected this limited edition of 2500 Star Wars Galactic Nights 2017 pin, and it was released very closely with the Last Jedi release. So it's got the characters depicted from that film on it. So this pin sports a lot of elements, you know, for deep space. It's got the black in the background, and the Millennium Falcon is taking off into space. And also, when you're thinking of a bigger picture, I thought it's nice because it always has that yin and yang of the light and dark side of the Force, and that's depicted on this pin very nicely. So I decided to include it for that reason because, you know, in the bigger picture, it's a balance, isn't it? Okay, now I'm gonna hop into what princess am I? So, question number one, favorite leisure activity or hobby? I don't know if it's not a hobby, I know that, but leisure activity is shopping, which is probably not good, right? My husband would say that it wasn't good, but I enjoy shopping. It relaxes me. I can get lost. You give me a small, teeny tiny shop and I can get lost in it for a good hour or more. So I love just meandering and just digging through things and finding different treasures. So that would be one of the things that I just love to do in my leisure time. Question number two, describe your style. Definitely comfy. Anything comfy, sign me up. So that's an easy one, comfy. And question number three, are you humble? You know, this is a trick question, right? Because if I say, yes, I'm humble, then I'm not really humble. I don't know, but I'd like to think that I am. So I'll leave that one at that. Going back to the Earth Day pin tag, question number 2, don't trash our planet. Show a pin that is a scrapper but that you still have in your collection. This pin, I believe the real one would have been released in the Japanese Disney store, and it was part of the Walt Disney celebration, the 100th year, celebrating his life and legacy. And it was a limited edition of 5,000, and this was back in 2001, and it was the 9th release in that series. And I picked this up, I want to say at D23. I'm not sure, but I think that's where I did. And bless her heart, Daisy, if you will notice, you know, you've heard of pink eye. Well, poor Daisy has yellow eye. So that is my main reason why I know that this is a scrapper. And with all the other colors involved, I did not notice it when I purchased it. I just like the idea of Daisy and Donald hanging out and baking and having their little Santa hats on. So I thought it was super cute, but I have looked it up on Pinpicks, and indeed, Daisy's eye, the inner eye, is supposed to be really light blue like Donald's. But yeah, somebody got a little hefty on the beak and made her eye yellow as well. So I know that it's a scrapper, but until I get my hands on the real one, I'll keep it in my Christmas collection because it's just nice and festive. Question number 3 is wonders of nature. So of course, show a pin that showcases nature. So for this one, I decided to include this Stitch Snow Day pin. And all I really know about it is that it was released in Walt Disney World back in 2003, and they had a number of these pins that are kind of like the photographs that you see at the end of the movie, but obviously they are visiting someplace cold and not in their native Hawaii for this one. And I just thought it was really pretty because obviously they're out in a forest and all of the pretty blue trees in the background and the light snow coming down. It just really puts me in mind of being out in a brisk winter wonderland, enjoying the lovely scenery outdoors and building a snowman. Number 4, going back over to the What Princess Am I tag. It's if you had a sidekick, an animal sidekick, what would it be? Easy peasy, dachshund. Love dachshunds, always have loved dachshunds, always will. So yeah, my animal sidekick that I would want with me at all times by my side is a dachshund. Number 5, dream job. And you know, I would love if I could be like, you know, some kind of roving reporter, like, you know, more like the travel side or something, like a Samantha Brown or something, going from place to place and interviewing people about their collections and taking footage of their collections, you know, how they display and everything. Oh boy, I would adore that so much. So I think that that's what I'm going to pick as my dream job, is just going around the country and the world really and talking with everybody about their Disney collections. I think that would just be heaven for me. Number 6 on the What Princess Am I tag would be your best quality. And again, this is what makes me feel, I guess I would say just caring for others, maybe my empathy, or yeah, I guess I would go with that. I think that I try to be in tune with the people that I know, friends, family, or if someone is, you know, going through a rough time, asking how they're doing. So just, you know, empathy, trying to show love to the people that I care about. Number 7, worst quality, I would say excessive worrying. I am a worrier, unfortunately, and so that is something that I have tried to cope with over the years. So if you have any suggestions, oh please write them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys do to cope with worry, because boy, that's a big one for me. Okay, so hopping back over to the Earth Day pin tag. Helping Hands pin, which is a pin that either helps start a collection or finish it. And I decided to go with a pin that started off a collection for me. It's a recent acquisition that I just got from one of Marcy Mouse's live sales, and I have wanted to collect steampunk pins for quite a while, and I honestly don't know why I am drawn to steampunk. I'm not really a mechanical person. I just, gears aren't usually my thing, but I think that I just like the aesthetic, and there's not very many of them to collect. So this one, I adore it because Tinkerbell is all suited up with her tinkering gear. She's got her goggles and her apron, and you just don't often see Tink with a wrench and all suited up to do some work, but there she is. And of course Tink is positioned in front of the gears that are making the hidden Mickey, which I adore, and I love the kind of coppery color that it has. So this is probably going to be one of many steampunk pins that I collect. This one was released by the DisneyStore.com in 2010, and it's the Mickey Mouse Gear series, and it's a limited edition of 250. Number 5 is a Guardian pin, so a pin that has a Guardian on it, and I am very lucky because I do in fact have one fantasy Guardians of the Galaxy pin, and if you have one, I mean, when else are you going to get this question? You have to share that one, right? I do not know much about this fantasy pin at all. I don't even remember where I got this guy, but I love Baby Groot. Love him. He just cracks me up. I adore him. And this is obviously the scene in which he's sitting eating candy, and unfortunately he gets sick shortly thereafter, but I thought this scene was particularly cute. Not him getting sick obviously, but eating his candy. And I don't know much about this one at all, but it's got my little guy Baby Groot on it, so I had to have it. Okay, hopping on over to the What Disney Princess Am I tag. Number 8 is Where Do You Sing the Most? Easy peasy, the car. In the shower you can be overheard, but if you're in the car, you're the only one in the car, so that's safest, right? So that's where I usually do my singing. Number 9 is an article of clothing or an accessory that you can't live without, and I'm going to be kind of vague on this. I carry something in my purse at all times from a family member who's passed away, and it's just a special, like, sentimental little thing from her, and I have to have it in my purse at all times. Even when we go to the parks, even whatever bag I have, it's going to be in there because I like to think that I'm carrying her with me. So that's what I can't, I guess, live without. Number 10, most important quality in a prince. I guess I would say, I think that if you say personality, then that kind of covers a lot in my mind. He's got a great sense of humor, he's compassionate, he's intelligent. I mean, all those things I think can be covered by saying he's got, he's the full package, right? He's got a great personality, so I'm going to go with that. Hopping back over to the Earth Day pin tag for the last 2 questions. Number 6 is a planet pin. Share a pin that represents our planet or our home. And I had to get really creative with this one. I had to ask my Duffy Bear if I could borrow his lanyard because I did not have any Disney pins that had the Earth on it, which is amazing to me. So that's what I'm going to feature for this one. So I'm going to give a little bit of footage of Duffy's lanyard. Now I have featured my Duffy in a previous tag, and I'll link that up above. I don't remember if I gave you guys a close-up of his little mini lanyard, but I'm definitely focusing a little more on that this time around. but I'll link it in case you want to. Gosh, it's going way back, but but on his little mini lanyard, he has a 7-pin set. It's got Duffy from a lot of different countries represented. You've got China, France, America, Mexico, Canada, United Kingdom, and Germany. And then he's got a little suitcase with some stickers on it, and I just envision my little Duffy as a little world traveler, and I just adore this little mini lanyard that he has. And I had to rely on this for my world pin. It's kind of like, you know, traveling around the world with Duffy as your guide. Okay, and so for the final question on the Earth Day pin tag, it's a future pin celebrating, you know, making the future bright. And so they wanted you to show off a futuristic pin or a pin that you hope to get in the future. I have to whine, be a big baby, about those darn profile pins. You know, these pin tags, I adore them, but it makes me, you know, revisit the fact that I will never own one of these profile pins, but I adore them. So I would like to list as my future hopeful profile pin acquisitions, Miss Aurora, gotta put her on there, number 1, Mr. Philip, Prince Philip, and then my Nick Wilde. Those are the 3 that someday, you know, people say, someday my prince will come. Well, someday my profiles will come somehow when I win the lottery. Those are the ones that are what I would love to get in the future. And I'll probably be whining about them until I do. I apologize for that. And so we're going to wrap it up with the last 3 questions of the What Princess Am I tag. Number 11 is, if you could have any Disney ability, what would it be? And I've touched on this before and it hasn't changed. If I had any ability, it would be Rapunzel's ability to heal. Her ability to heal, I can't think of a better gift. Just to be able to cocoon your loved one or whoever needs your help with your hair and do a little singing and heal them. Just, it would be a blessing. Favorite color, number 12 is easy. Purple, every shade, adore it. You probably thought I was going to say blue, didn't you? Because, you know, but between, you know, Aurora and pink and blue, I'm going to go with blue. But just color in general, it's going to be purple for me. And finally, we're down to the last question, which is maybe the hardest. Describe yourself in 3 words, number 13. And, you know, this one again, kind of, you know, it makes me kind of, I don't know, itchy in my chair. I don't know. So I guess I'm going to say that the 3 things that I strive to be, that I hold in the kind of highest esteem, one of which is, gosh, and I'm like, our home has like floor to ceiling windows, and I can see the like light coming down. I mean, even if I get the ones okay, then up above they come down on me. So I can't win. I hope that the lighting isn't too distracting. So getting back to what I aspire to be, you know, I'd go back to humble. I think that no matter, and I've talked to my son about this over the years, you know, no matter what good fortune you have, what blessings you have, always stay humble. There's some people that have more, there's some people that have less, but remembering that everybody is on a journey, and you can have some good fortune and you can have some blessings. You're going to have some bad days too, so when you do have those good times, be humble. Trying to be thoughtful, I guess, always mindful of not just what's going on in your life, but what's going on around you. I've been trying desperately to give someone, at least one person, a compliment every day. So if I see somebody that has a beautiful shirt on or beautiful hair, or I always try to tell them, boy, I really like your hair, I like your blouse. And I feel like that will really kind of turn somebody's day around. If you can, it'd be nice to help out. And I guess an extension of that is more, I think, thoughtful on a deeper level, and that's just caring, loving, really investing yourself. And having been a mom and a daughter and a wife, I feel like it's very important to make sure that your loved ones are, that you give them attention, you make them feel loved, and you let them know that you just absolutely adore them and care for them, and you're there for them no matter what, being that friend, as well as that loved one. But you're always going to have somebody's back. You're always going to be there for them when they need you. That to me is just encompassed in caring. So that's an important one for me too. So that's what I strive to be. So hopefully that will be a good enough answer for that one. So again, shout out to Irresistible Magic, NZ Cole, for coming up with the Earth Day pin tag, and for the Disney sisters, Abby and Hope, for tagging me so that I could participate. I really appreciate it. And then going on to the What Princess Am I tag, thanks to Terryn for coming up with such a wonderful concept. And thank you to my friend Vicki over at Vixxen Lost in Disney for tagging me on that one. Of course, I'm going to link everybody up above, down below. You'll be able to find them to enjoy their content as well. So I think I'm supposed to ask you guys what princess you think I would be. And I'm going to share with you now, when I went over to Oh My Disney, they said that I was Pocahontas, which I think just goes back to me selecting a raccoon as my sidekick because they didn't have dachshunds. Don't know why, but I think that they probably said, okay, you're Pocahontas, you want a raccoon. So I mean, I would love, first of all, I'd love to have her hair and figure. Oh my goodness, her bravery, her courageousness. Come on, she's just gorgeous, high morals, just everything. I'd love to be her. But I don't really see myself as kind of an adventurous person, even though I'd love to be. So just really curious. Once again, I want to know more than anything what princess they selected for you and if you agree with it or not. And then, if you want to say who you think I am, okay, that's cool. I'd love to hear what you think. I respect your opinions. And more than anything, I want to thank you for once again sticking with me in another mashup. I appreciate you watching, as always. If you haven't yet subscribed, I hope that you do. Whatever you are doing today, I hope you're having a marvelous time, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.